Hi, my name is Derrick Moodley. I'm the director and the pastor at Freedom House. If you don't know who Freedom House is, we used to be the old Walls of Freedom under Jim and Jackie Wiseman. And about 18, 19 months ago, my wife and I had transitioned into the leadership role at Freedom House and taken over as the directors and pastors here. Over that period of time, we just were praying about what God is saying to us about our ministry and where we should go. And we felt that a name change was important. So in the beginning of 2019, we changed the Wall of Freedom to Freedom House. As part of the vision change, we also felt that God was calling us to build a church community. So Freedom House serves the community in the Logan uh, area between Maine and Salter. As you know, it's a very impoverished area, lots of homelessness, lots of people that are vulnerable, that live in low-income housing in the community. And we're finding that Freedom House is trying to meet the needs of our community, physical needs first of all, but also the spiritual needs. So pre-COVID, we were running programs that would feed our community breakfast in the morning, but we used all of our programming to do discipleship at the same time. So we currently run a breakfast program on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday morning. We run a food bank every 2 weeks. And during COVID, we remained open. Kept our doors open, and we converted our Sunday services into just a time where we can provide a dinner for our community on a Sunday evening. We found that it's an essential part of what's needed in our community, but through our programming, we were able to build up trust within our community. Obviously, COVID has taken us 10 steps backwards. At the beginning of last year, we were seeing the church community, a spiritual family being built, with people being able to trust each other, with relationships being built. With COVID, that's been a huge challenge for us. Like all other churches in Canada and throughout the world, we've seen that relationship breakdown has happened quite significantly in terms of communication and relationships with our community. That's really suffered as well. And over the last year, that's been a difficult point for us. We've tried to find different ways to share the gospel with people and to just be relevant in people's lives, but we are not able to have people in the building. That's really, really affected the way we do ministry and the relationship we've built. So we have sometimes 20 seconds or 10 seconds to speak to somebody on a Sunday or during our take-out meal time, which is not a lot of time to actually communicate with people. So that's obviously taken a big step backwards for us. I think the other aspect of it is Freedom House relies on donations from other organizations and from individuals for our financial support to pay our bills and to cover all of the program costs. And we haven't been able to do our normal fundraisers. So finances, we went through a phase last year where our board was meeting every month to review our financial position, and at a point, closing our doors became an issue and became a discussion point. So it's been really tough trying to get finances in and to get our fundraising programs off the ground. So as I shared about the challenges that we've been facing over the last year, there's a lot of good things that have been happening as well within our community. So we've received some funding through the government's emergency relief funds. We've extended some of our programs. We used to run our breakfast program on Tuesday and Wednesday only. We were able to extend our breakfast program to a Thursday as well, which means we can accommodate more people, but we also then can interact with more people. During COVID, we found in summer last year, our numbers had increased dramatically. So we used to run an average of 30 people for breakfast programs and about 90 people for our dinners. Our average went up to 160 people for our dinners on a Sunday. So a lot more people were accessing services. We added the Thursday program in, expecting our numbers to stay around 30, and we've noticed that the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, our average numbers have jumped up to 60 over the course of second half of last year. This means that a lot more people were needing our services and needing to access our facility and the programs that we're doing. So we've seen a lot of new faces come through, a lot of genuine need out there. Over the last few months, we've also opened a drop-in center, which we wasn't sure how it was going to work initially, but it gave us the opportunity to then have people in a captured place, and we could then share the gospel with them, but also minister and disciple people as well. Two of the people working in our team right now in the drop-in center are actually members of our local community. It gave us an opportunity to then work on the social aspect of what we want to do as a church. We play sermons on every single day. There's a sermon playing up on the screen. The people are sitting and listening to that sermon, which has been great to see. So there's some of the really exciting things that happen. I've got a picture of a guy sitting on a chair uh, during the time when we have worship in the music, and actually got his hands up worshiping God during that time. So some of the other things that we've seen over this last year is people in our community generally don't trust very easily because of past hurts, and there's generally a mistrust with the church as well. But because of our consistency over the last year, people are starting to trust us and open up a lot more. I'm now having a lot more conversations with people than I've ever had before. So being that aspect, showing God's love through what we're doing is really proven successful for us. Yeah, during this season, we've had to turn a lot of our volunteers, our normal volunteer base away, just to have the restricted numbers that we needed to have in the building. But through this program, we've seen, and through this process over this last year, we've seen such a quality of volunteers we haven't seen before, just in terms of their heart, their willingness to serve. We have some of our volunteers that have been here for a long, long time, just step up and take responsibility for so many different things. So I just want to say that without the volunteer base, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.